here, back with another video. I don't know if you can see me or not, but here I am. So we're back with another video. Today we have an unboxing and installing video, as you've seen by the title. This video is being filmed during the install of all the walls and the ceiling inside of the shed. So that's why it's a mess right now, but this will be coming out after the video of me doing the walls and stuff. But today we have an unboxing. As you see by the title, we have our heater right here, the Viver diesel heater. So if you don't know what a diesel heater is, basically it's what is called a diesel heater. So it's a heater that runs off of diesel. Now you're probably saying, oh Mike, why do you have a diesel heater and not an electric heater or nothing? The reason why I have the diesel heater instead of an electric heater is because the diesel heater will run longer off of diesel, and the diesel heater, this one runs off of 12 volts, which means I won't need to worry about the generator running fast and then all the gas running out of that quick if I had an electric heater. And I didn't get an electric heater because the electric heaters that I could find that has a fan and isn't like the one back here that we've been using that just produces warm air around in a circle and it doesn't blow. All of those ran off of a 240, and the generator just doesn't have the amount of power to run a 240 electric heater. The generator is only a 30 amp, and I think those run off 50 or something, and the generator doesn't have all of that. So here we go. So right here is the little cover things. This is where the heat will come out at. You're probably saying, oh, it's small, but it can produce a lot of heat. You can't judge things by the way it looks. So these are the little cover things, and I'll show you where those will go. Then you have the boring old manual. You know, everyone's, the manual, it tells you how to do stuff. And it has pictures. I didn't look through the manual, but it has pictures. And that's what it's going to look like right there. That's how it's going to look. Then we have the heater itself. I'm not installing it. Well, on this video, y'all will see me installing it, but as of this unboxing, I'm not installing it, but I will mock it up in the closet so that way when I come back and have the gas and everything, it'll be ready. Here it is in these foam pads. Also, there's a box that be down here, but like I said, I opened it already, so the box is down here. This is the front, and this is the back. Alright everyone, here it is. So here's the Viver diesel heater. As you see, that's where the diesel goes in. There's how you know how much is in there. It runs off of an app, and it comes with this remote control, which will be what we're using. There's the screen, there's where the heat comes out, and behind there is where the fire is, but it can't come out. Then the other side, same thing. Then you get to the back, there's the fuse and the power cable. I'll show you how that will work. Some stickers that I don't know about yet, and there's where the air comes in. So that's the heater. And this is what it looks like inside of the box if you was curious. So in here you have the black hose. And I opened all of this and kind of put it in here a certain way. It doesn't come like this. This is for the intake. It'll go, you will see when I install it, I'll show you how all of this goes. But this is the intake. Then this is the part that'll go on the front right here. As you seen on that picture, it'll go on there. And then those two little black things back there will go on the other side of this. and it'll come out somewhere beside that outlet right there. That's where I plan to put it. But we do have enough room. That's where I plan to put it. And this is the exhaust. And this is the reason also why I'm not installing it today. This is too short. I need a longer one. So that's what's covered. Because this one's too short. Because it's got to be in that closet, and this is how long it is. This will be at the bottom, and then it'll come out, and the carbon dioxide will be up under the shade. I don't know if it'll sink up through the gaps that come in the inside. That's why I need a longer one, so I can put it out towards the front of the shed or the side, so the exhaust air will blow out. And an example, pretend the diesel heater and stuff's on the other side. The diesel heater's got to be about right here or something. And that's how much gap. So the exhaust will be up under there. That's why I need a longer one, so it can exhaust safely from up under the shed and away from the shed. But I have another thing in here too that I'm going to show you that will help with that. So that's all that over here. You have hose clamps and screws and, as my niece would say, bits and bobs. Then this is the muffler because it's an engine. And then here's some heat stuff to put on the pipe so it doesn't burn or get hot. It protects it. So that's all of these. Once again, as my niece would say, bits and bobs. Alright, so that was the main thing, the heater. Now we're going to get to the small things. Here's the tape. This is insulation type air conditioner tape. I'm not really worried about insulating, but I just want this because when the heater goes in the closet, y'all will see later on, it'll be a gap and I don't want any bugs and stuff to come in, so I'll take this tape and put it all around the heater and stuff on the bottom. Then we have the carbon dioxide detector. So here's the carbon dioxide detector. You all know what they look like, and you will see this later on when I install it. But this is the carbon dioxide detector because the diesel heater's an engine, and we also have a generator, which is also an engine. So you want to be safe. So that's why I have this, just to make sure if there's any leaks or something, we will know because it'll start beeping. Now, the diesel heater, like I said, is really meant to go in cars and stuff, and it's kind of supposed to be able to, once again, it runs off of 12 volts, and I'm not doing a battery because it'll go dead, and you know I just like everything plugging up. So this is our power supply for the diesel heater. So this is the power supply. There's some other stuff in here for the diesel heater and stuff. I put the batteries in here for the carbon dioxide detector. Because once again, I opened all of this. But here's the power supply. Yeah, we'll see this later on when I install it. It basically takes the outlet power and turns it into 12 volts so the diesel heater will run. So that's everything. And temporarily, when the shed is done and stuff, and I'm done putting up the walls and the ceiling, temporarily the diesel heater will run off of a drop cord into the closet, which is going to run like that for the rest of the year until next winter. I'll probably install another outlet in the closet just for the diesel heater, like the one on the air conditioner where it's just one outlet. I'll probably install another one of those in the closet for the diesel heater so it has its own outlet. But until then, it'll just run off of a drop cord. Now, we will cut to the future me, which will probably be the week after this or whatever. We'll cut to the future me when y'all will see the diesel heater getting installed and me setting it up and everything. So see you then. Alright everyone, as you see in the time lapse, I got the vent for the diesel heater installed, and it'll probably stay like that and blow up into the room. Believe it or not, this little thing is gonna put out a lot of heat. But there's the diesel heater right there. Y'all seen that on the unboxing earlier. And it's installed on the other side here. I'll re-vacuum it later. Now I'm going to hook up the hose clamp to this and get it installed. So I will come back to you when I do that, because it's not going to be too interesting. See you in a few. Alright everyone, we're back. As you've seen on the last clips, I installed that hose and marked it up. And earlier, a few minutes ago, I cut the hole in the floor. I wasn't expecting that big old beam to be right there, so I got to cut it over some more. And it works out pretty good. I just got to put some pieces of wood up under the heater to do some things, and just make sure it's not touching none of that. But as you see, but that's everything I did in there. Now here I have some more stuff. This was the original hose. It's too short, so I got this longer one from off of Amazon, which is the same exact thing. So now all I'm going to do is hook up. Now well, y'all seen the stuff. Now what I'm going to do is connect everything to the heater and get it all set up and stuff, and then we're going to prime it, and then we're going to install it in the closet over there. So first, I'm going to install all the attachments and stuff right here onto it. But I'm going to turn y'all onto a time lapse and see y'all once I'm done doing all of that. Then I'll show you the power supply and stuff, and how I'm going to connect all of that and some other stuff that I have. So see you there. Alright everybody, I got the exhaust and the intake on. I was going to try to put this and then set it on there so I could prime it and stuff right here before I put it in there, but it's too long and stuff, and I'm just going to put it on in there because that's where it's going to be, and it'll be fine. I'll just take the cover off and try to watch it, but I wanted to try to slide it off the edge of the table and get it right as soon as it got there. But it's fine, it's not that big of a deal. So now, what I'm going to do is wire up the power right here. Now I'm going to wire up the power right here and put the connectors on. And then I'll come back to you all once I got it in the closet and stuff. Well, you will see it on a time lapse when I got it in the closet. And we will get it fired up. Oh, and the gas is right there. And we'll get it fired up and see how it is. Alright everyone, As you've seen in the time lapse, I put all of the attachments and stuff on the diesel heater. Right now, I just got done making something so the power supply can have somewhere to go in the closet. But as you can see, we have it all connected. Well, not connected. Well, not connected, but it's all installed in here. I'm gonna cut a piece of wood for right there. Then I'm gonna use that tape and seal around it, but I'm not worried about that right now. I want to get it working and installed. I'll do that a little later. But it's all installed. The power cord's taped over there, so I had somewhere to put it while I was installing it. But this is on. I just got to do the hose clip, and then the exhaust where the air comes out is all good right there. So everything's good. The exhaust is outside. I'll show that to you in a few. But now I'm going to put a time lapse of me setting up the power supply and doing all of that good stuff, and I will see you out in a few. Alright everyone, now the time you've all been waiting for is finally time to fire up the diesel heater. So I'm going to get all the power stuff ready, and then I'm going to fire it up, and we're off to prime it and see how good it works. So let's get into it. Alright everybody, here we go. Yep, I'll show you guys. Put the cover back on. Alright, now we're gonna take the cover off so we can prime it. So much. Now y'all can see how much we have in there. A good little bit. Now let's flip the switch and mess with the front. Here we are. There it is. It's turning on. It's on. Power supply's on. The diesel heater is on. And it takes a good little bit of power too, I guess, because you've seen the light flash. Alright, now I gotta look at the video again of the guy who I watched, and I will come back when I figure it out. So see you in a few. Alright everyone, I watched the video. I'll put a link to it in the subscription. Shout out to that guy right there, because we have the same exact one and it was kind of hard to find it. So you hold this for 7 seconds, and I guess to stop it you press it, hopefully, but let's see. If it doesn't, I'll just turn it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. It's now priming. I don't see any yet. Oh, actually, I do see it. I see it now. You guys see it going down the hose. Can't really see the other side good, but right there it's doing it pretty good. It's priming. And that's how long we have. And I see no leak or anything. Everyone was talking about smoking and stuff when you because you don't want to put too much gas in it or something. I'm going to let it go for a few, then try to turn it on. But also, that's what I thought they meant, but then when I watched the videos a little bit more, they say it's smoke anyway because it's brand new. So we're gonna stop it now. We'll probably hold it again.
Stop heating.
All right, there we go.
Thanks for using. I wish you a safe journey.
And there it is talking. All right. Now here's the big moment to the startup. I didn't let it finish the prime thing because I think it's primed enough. All right. Now let's try to start it and see what happens.
Start heating.
Oh, the fan kicked on. I thought that was the power supply making that noise, but it's the fan. I feel it blowing. It didn't kick on yet. Turn it up. I may have to prime it again, but let's give it. I hear the fuel pump. And I hear it making some noises. I hear it firing up. You can hear it too right there. And I can feel it getting warm. You can kind of hear it starting to speed up some. Can hear it. Sounds just like a heater. And it's getting faster. Just a little bit, but not a whole bunch. They say it does that because it's brand new. So it's gonna smoke some because it's brand new. It's burning off all the stuff. But let's move this piece of wood some. Yep. So there it is. And it's not touching anything. And I'll fix the brick right there and stuff too. Sounds like a heater. And it's blowing some nice warm air. Feels real good. Happy with it so far. I primed it, did everything right. It has a heater smell, but obviously that's because it's brand new. And also some of the burn off from the thing down there and stuff, that's probably gonna come in here too because I don't have it sealed up yet. But that's fine. It is loud. I'm going to put the muffler thing on it. And Well, no, it'll probably stay there, but I'm gonna put the muffler thing on it to make it a little quieter. But it's done smoking. It only smoked for a little bit. In here, it's pretty warm, and the heater is blowing pretty hard too. I can feel it all the way out here. So this was definitely the perfect heater for this thing. I have high hopes of that. I can feel the heat all the way right here. So this is definitely it. All right, everyone. Well, that's it for right now. Well, I guess I'll talk to you a little bit. But let's check on it. And I gotta put the cover on. Look at it. It's smoking in there a little bit. Because like I said, the hole isn't covered up yet. Once I cover up the hole, it won't smoke. Also, it's just smoking because the little thingy-majigger, the little heat shield thing, or whatever you want to call it that they give you, they say that smokes when you first turn it on. As well as the exhaust, they say it smokes a little bit too, and all of that. But I'm pretty happy with it. I can feel it all the way right here. This is the thing's way down there. I can feel it way right here. And it's blowing pretty hard. And just like the people in the video say, you can't hold your hand right there long because it is pretty hot. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Everything went good other than that piece of beam. But other than that beam, everything went pretty good. But I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the stuff I got and why I got it. This is the power supply I got. I asked ChatGTP I was going to get this one. Then I switched it to this one. And then I asked ChatGTP, here's all the talking that I asked it and what all it said. And then that's when we came up with this. So I got that. I also have the carbon monoxide detector. That's gonna go right there, and the computer screen's gonna go there. If you're new to this channel or never seen it before, this is me and my cousin's little hangout shed thing in our grandma's backyard. And I'm fixing it up, making it into a little hangout. So if you want to see this when it's done, click the vid. Go check out some more videos on my channel. But the diesel heat is pretty hot. I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, that's it. So that's why I got that. And all of the stuff that I used and got is in the link in the subscription. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So see y'all on the next video of the shed build. See ya. Alright everyone. Installing the carbon dioxide detector now. Here it is. Y'all seen this earlier, and y'all seen this on before and y'all seen this after the diesel heat is all done. I got it mounted to this stuff like I said. So here it is. This is not any power source, and it's no power source by this. That's just the pass-through for the security camera. Oh. That still had an impact. It still had a little bit, it still had some impact from when I was installing that thing for the camera. That would have worked right. Yes. Sometimes that happens. If you got done impacting something, which was when I was installing that, it'll still be one impact left, if that makes it. Basically, you was impacting something, and when you got done, it still had one more impact, but it didn't do it fully, so it's still charged in the drill. So then when you press it, that last impact that didn't get out when you was impacting something, it came out. It would come out as it just did earlier, if that made sense. I was just eyeing it up, which that looks pretty good. Hopefully this thing doesn't yell at me when I put these batteries in. Let's see, is it gonna yell? Oh, that wasn't bad. It just yelled a little bit. But there it is, has a digital readout and stuff. It's pretty cool. Oh, I see. I see now. Well, that's it. It doesn't feel too secure, but it is. I would test it, but it tested itself already, and I don't feel like hearing it. And that green light be flashing. I just seen it flash. All right, we'll test it. It's done. It's nice and loud.